How's it going, guys? It's your boy, Matt Awesome, the host for Dead Inside Podcast, and today on the 4th episode of Dead Inside Podcast, I got not one, but two guests. One, we got one of my childhood friends, brother from another mother, Andy.
Brother from another mother.
Andy, and then I just met this guy today. His name's Bryce. How y'all doing today?
Fucking fantastic.
Hell yeah.
Doing alright, man.
Hanging in there.
Yeah, man. How does it feel to be on the 4th episode of Dead Inside Podcast?
I think it's pretty cool, man. Like I said, I've been watching your podcast for a minute now. I watched that first one that you did, that poetry one. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And when you came up to me and you messaged me and you're like, hey, let's do a podcast, man. Hell yeah, this sounds cool as hell. And it's also a cool way for us to promote our band and our music and stuff like that, so.
Oh, fuck yeah. We're going to be talking about a lot of music
Yeah.
today for sure. Well, normally I like to start out the episode with, so how did we meet? Because I met you today.
Right.
Shit.
Not a very long story.
Right.
Right. Met today. That's it. End of story.
20 minutes ago.
Shit, we fucking met, let's see, I want to say like toward the end of 7th grade, because I just moved here from North Carolina and finished my 6th grade off year homeschool, and then I went to Knox Doss at Drakes Creek, where they had just opened that school actually, and I went in there in 7th grade. I didn't really know anybody at all. I was real quiet and shy and didn't really talk to a whole lot of people. And then I met you and Christian. I want to say we met at lunch. I'm not exactly sure if that was it, if it was breakfast or what, but we just, we automatically like clicked, man, me, you, and Christian. And it was, we had a lot of classes together too.
Yeah.
And so we were always kicking it together in middle school. And then when high school came, you know, obviously we got separated at different classes, different environments, shit like that, and then I got taken away for a little bit. But we were always still cool in high school, and we sat at the breakfast table together every day.
Oh, yeah.
Walked the halls together in between classes. And I can remember still to this day walking down the hallway from a class, turning around, and here comes your little ass running after me. Andy! Like, what's up, man? We just walked to class together. Good old days, man. It doesn't feel like it was that long ago, but when you think about it, we graduated 2015. Well, I technically graduated 2014.
Yeah.
But our class was 2015, man. That was fucking 7 years ago. This
Crazy.
Man, it's insane, dude.
And then on top of, like, the, I want to say, extra 5, 6 years before that we met, which was in middle school, I do remember. I can't remember if it was lunch.
I can't remember neither.
I want to say it may have been, like, band class.
We did meet in band class, that's right, because I wanted to
Yeah.
be in band really bad.
Yeah.
And the semester or whatever or the period had already started. And so I was already set with my classes, and Coach Clark went out of his way to get me into that class because he needed another percussion.
Oh.
But I talked to him for like a week or so and was like, hey, I really want to be in your class. And he pulled the strings, man, and he got me in the class. Thank you, man.
Tell them in there to fuck off.
Yeah, for sure.
You should tell everybody in there to fuck off.
I need to edit this part out.
There's no editing. This is one take.
It don't matter.
Anyway, I knew this podcast would be all over the place just because there's so many people here and there's a lot to talk about, stuff like that. So
Yeah, my house is a little wild.
we're just gonna roll with the punches. But I remember Mr. Clark finally getting me in that class, and I joined the percussion part. You played trumpet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I did play the
And
trumpet.
that was back when you were dating fucking Tabitha. That was funny as hell.
Oh, God. Who is she again? I have no recollection of it.
But, yeah, you were my first friend in that music class. Like, nobody else would talk to me because I was the little weird emo kid, you know? And everyone was like, like, oh, this kid's weird. He fucking cuts himself, shit like that. We don't want to hang out with him. Oh, whatever. But I remember me and you started talking and cutting the shit, and we just started hanging out all the time. And then Christian played trumpet too, didn't he?
I don't know if Christian was in band.
I thought he was.
He may have been in
I could have
band.
sworn he was.
He might have. Or he may have been. I know he was in.
Maybe it was
choir.
that music appreciation.
Yeah, he was in like a
class
show choir, I think it was.
Oh.
I know in high school he was in show choir.
Gotcha. But yeah, after middle school, I got out of band because,
Me too.
to be honest, high school band is tough.
Yeah.
So things that you got, especially percussion, man, I was like, you know what, I can do it, but I'm not trying to put myself through all that. You know, it's just not worth it to me.
Yeah.
So I didn't really do nothing during high school except party and drug and drink. But yeah, man,
Where did you go to high school?
it's crazy because you're like you're one of my longest lasting friendships. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're one of the only dudes that I still talk to from middle school, besides maybe Caleb. And I don't even talk to
I
Caleb
can
much.
probably say the same. You know, I hardly hear from Christian.
Yeah, I don't hear from him much
And
either.
I technically met him in middle school, but my friend Cody, Larry, you know him.
Yeah, I know Cody.
Yeah, I'm actually living with him, so.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, he's, other than that, you know, anyone else from that time, I don't really.
I don't associate with him.
Right. I'm just busy doing my own thing, and.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I've been seeing all your shows, man. You're doing quite a bit for yourself.
Oh yeah, like.
It's cool, man.
Like, you know, I'm kind of like just living, you know, life right now.
Right.
I go out to Nashville every week, and I would have someone come up. People I don't even recognize, you know, they'll come up, hey, man, I remember you from this one bar. Still doing your show, man. Keep doing what you're doing. You have a great thing coming.
You're probably just sitting there like, who are you?
Yeah. I'm like, thanks. Remind me your name again.
Right.
You know, but no, it's like really cool, you know, to see how far like we've all like come.
Man, tell me about it.
Because we've all like changed pretty much since we first met. But we're still like
Drastically.
you know, still like cool.
Yeah.
With one another, which is awesome.
Yeah, you don't get that a lot nowadays, man. If you find somebody that you can be friends with for a long period of time, you want to try to hold on to that shit, because a lot of people aren't like that nowadays. A lot of people are fake, and they bullshit you, they use you, whatever. So when you find a real good friend like that, it's cool to keep. Like with this fucker right here.
Yeah.
This is like one of my best friends. I love him like a brother, man.
Yeah. How did you all meet?
So we
Well,
met last
fuck
year.
you, Andy.
I'm gonna let you tell the story.
We met last year through actually one of my good friends that I grew up with, Jansen, his cousin. So like, I was over there. We were like recording rap music, and we have this like little rap group we were doing when we were younger. Well, just a year ago, really, but we're still kids then. But yeah, Andy was the guy sleeping on the couch at that house.
Yep.
So I kind of just started fucking with him, and I made fun of him about his hair and shit.
Because at the time, remember I had that mohawk, and I was shaving the sides and coloring the mohawk. Yeah, I still had that, and it was like fucking blue or something at the time.
Yeah, I had to get on his ass about his hair, and then it just kind of flourished from there. We just started fucking with each other, hanging out, smoking a little bit, and then they had a family falling out, whatever, you know, however that happens. That's what happened.
With some bullshit.
And then me and Andy started hanging out more. Because, you know, Jansen works a lot, and he's a real homebody, only child.
He's kind of an introvert, too. Like, he likes to stay inside, really, and not really do much.
He doesn't have a lot of time for people, really. And he's sick, too. But, I just started hanging out with Andy after that, really. And we started the little band, and
it was one night,
from there,
a few months
I was
back.
Real bad addicted to drugs. Like, strung the fuck out when I met Andy, and this man has really, just being there and being supportive, you know, has helped me a lot to get on a clean path, and with the music, man, just to get right, and it's helped a lot. It's been a good year.
That's really where it all started. A few months back, you know my whole situation with Cortland, and all that, and I'm not really going to get into that, but basically, you know, we've been separated for like a year and going through the divorce and all that stuff. I had a really bad night one night, and I didn't know where to go, didn't really have anywhere to go. And I hit up Bryce, actually, to get some smoke from him, and I came over, and when I came over, man, I was, like, bawling, crying, dude.
Yeah.
Like, he could see it on my face, and he was like, dude, are you okay? And he just gave me the biggest fucking hug, and he was like, just hang out with us, man, just chill. Ever since then, we were just kicking it every day. And then he already knew I was a drummer, but I had got this drum set over here a few months back from an auction, and when we started hanging out that night that I came over and, you know, had my distress night or whatever, I told him, I was like, hey, man, you know, I've got this drum set, you know, you want to play some music together? And he was like, fuck yeah, man. So when I still had my car at the time, we went to the storage unit, got the drums, brought them over here, and I think that night we wrote, like, 2 songs, something like that, either 1 or 2 songs. But we wrote a song that night. Like, we were just, and then the more that we've played together, the more we've progressed, the more, like, we know each other's style of playing now, you know what I'm saying? Like, we could be sitting there jamming out, just freestyling stuff, and I know which direction he's about to go with in guitar, so I know whether to do a fill, or whether to stop, or whether to come in loud or stop quiet. And it's just really cool to see that kind of chemistry and connection that we have, you know? Like, it's just, since we started this, it's been like, yeah, this is something that we're going to do, this is something that we're good at, this is something that we want to make out of ourselves, like a career type deal. Like, to be honest, I hate working a 9 to 5. I hate working factory jobs.
Amen.
I hate working anything like that. I'm not going to lie, dude, I don't want to. I want to make a career out of music, bro. I want to get our names out there, I want to get our band out there, going doing shows, promotions, the whole 9 yards, bro. And I also think that this podcast could be a way to help us get our name out there, you know, people seeing it, people checking out our music, people, you know, for all you know, you could have somebody check out one of these podcasts that's a producer, and be like, oh, I like these guys, you know, I want to sign these guys. And then it just takes off from there. So I'm hoping this podcast will help us a little bit there, because we really want to get our shit out there. We want to get our name out there. We want to play. We want people to know who we are. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure you will, because, like, I know so many people, like, I network, over the past 2 years, I've, like, connected and networked with, like, so many different people, and it's, like, even, like, I think I sent you a text about it last night, so there's, like, a friend that lives in North Carolina. I've known him for, like, a long time. He's starting up, like, this wrestling, mixed martial arts promotion.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, just a small promotion, but, you know, he wanted me to be a part of it, you know,
Right.
interview some people on the podcast, but he also wants me to get some musicians. You know, he wants to have a lot of musicians. He wants to, you know, find some hot chicks to be ring girls.
Right.
You know, but, no, man, I think that'd be really cool, you know, if you and Bryce want to, like, perform, you know, music there. I think that'd be really cool. You know, I've already talked to several other musicians. They're game for it.
Oh, yeah.
Our sound is a little bit different.
Yeah, the look, like the way we look and the way we
You would
act
think that
is-
we're like a death metal,
Yeah.
screamo band or something
But,
like that, but we're actually
like
really,
indie folk.
yeah. You'll see, it's more on the softer side. We do have some moments where we get pretty amped up and, you know, it's pretty good like that, but just the way that we play together, we found that we sound better in this genre of music. And it's also a genre of music that not a lot of people are doing. You know what I'm saying? It's like an indie folk type of deal. You got a lot of
Maybe we don't really know what we're.
Yeah, I don't even know
but, like,
what to
if I had
consider
to-
our genre.
If I had to try to label it, I would have to be like, that's some indie folk sounding shit.
Yeah. The way I first labeled it was like some gothic emo folk type deal. Because, like, you know, like you said, when you look at us, everyone's like, oh, those are goth emos, those are punk dudes, whatever. You know,
They got the hair.
They got the hair, they got the piercings, the tattoos, the, you know, whatever. And everyone's gonna be like, oh, they're into real heavy metal. You know, they play real heavy metal. And it's not that we can't. We can. We just choose to play this different genre that we've not really made for ourselves, because I'm sure there's other types of music like that out there.
Right.
It's what fits for us the best.
Man, my first show was like, I got paid $50 a beer and a pizza to play for like 50 people, and I was wearing these pants, man, that have got suspenders on them that I let hang. One side is like plaid, checkers, and the other side is straight black, and they're like
straight,
tied
looks
up,
like
cagey.
a gothic.
Yeah, I had my hair all to the side and shit. It was like.
You can imagine the
purple.
look on these people's faces when he walks on stage.
They're like, this guy's about to solo perform whatever the fuck is coming. We don't know what this is about to be. And then I come out with this like jaunty, like nice.
And he got a standing ovation, bro.
Hell yeah.
It was nice. It was a good show.
I didn't end up getting to be there that day.
It was my first ever paid show.
I wanted to be there, but I had taken my girl out to dinner for her birthday.
Yeah.
Nice guy. What can I say? But I'm sure we're gonna have plenty more opportunities to play together and whatnot.
Oh, I'm sure, and like that's like the main thing, because like even with me, like I never expected to be more into poetry, because originally I wanted to do music.
Right.
And back in high school, me and you, we were gonna be in a band with
I remember that.
guy named Dalton.
Are you talking about Mooneyhand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
But anyways.
I don't know.
No. Good thing you don't.
Yeah, it's a very good thing you don't.
But no, like we were gonna do a band, but then y'all had a falling out, and you know he just kind of fell off the face of the earth. So it was like.
Which is good, because that dude is something else, man. And I'm not gonna sit here and bash nobody, but he was just not a good egg. If you catch my drift.
Right. But
Bad egg.
Bad egg, very bad egg. The milk's gone bad.
But no, like it's a good thing to like stand out differently, because it's like it allowed me to go into poetry.
Right.
Because even after that, I was in a band that never was, and I briefly mentioned it to you.
Yeah, I remember that.
One.
Yeah, with that dude and that girl that you were dating for a short period of time.
Well, I wasn't dating.
Oh, okay. I thought y'all.
The girl and the dude were dating.
Oh, okay.
But the girl had a girlfriend at the time.
Oh, so they were like in a poly thing.
Yeah, it was some Jerry Springer shit. Let's just put it that way. And like, I witnessed it all. It's a long story, but yeah, even after that, I was like, once I got away from that, I was able to have my first ever gig. It was storytelling, but then that transformed into poetry, and now it's like, when I'm up on stage, even then, it's like people see like, oh, I set out different from like everyone else that comes
It's also really cool to see how you started something thinking, you know, this is what I want to do, this is what I like, but then you found something that you're even better at and like even more through that, you know what I'm saying? That's what's cool about art, man. It doesn't matter what type of art it is, music, painting, poetry, it really doesn't matter what it is. They all can mix together, you know what I mean? It's just really cool. So, I guess I'll ask, what were some of y'all's musical influences? Like, what got you into music? You know?
Shit, man. I've just always, like, felt like I've had a natural, like, talent for music. Like, ever since I was a little kid, I've always, like, been good at, like, making tunes on pianos and shit like that. So, I started listening to the rock band Alice in Chains when I was a kid.
Hell yes.
And it just blew me away, because I had only ever listened to, like, what was on the radio. You know what I mean? Like, what my parents listened to, which was, like, oldies and pop and things like that. And then, like, and, you know, my dad, he listened to, like, Pantera and shit like that. So I got, like, both sides of that, like, music world when I was a kid. But when I really started looking for myself, you know, I found Alice in Chains, and I was just like, Lane Staley. I want to be him. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be Lane Staley so bad when I was a kid. And, shit.
That's my second favorite band ever.
It got me into it, and I started away with playing guitar and writing songs. And I was like, I'm going to fucking be that one day, for sure.
You can tell he's musically inclined even from a young child, because he can play anything. Doesn't matter what it is, man. He can play my drums. He plays really good guitar. He can play fucking ukulele. He's got other little instruments that he can play on. He's very good.
Piano. It got broke, though.
Yeah.
I gotta see, you look a little bit like Lane.
Dude, he sounds like him to an extent, and with the way he can sing sometimes, I'm telling you, man, he can sound just like him. He can do a lot of those cool things that Lane does with his voice, you know?
Yeah.
You have any other...
Back when I had the short pink hair, my dad used to tell me I looked like him all the time.
Right.
He'd be like, Alice in Chains in the house.
You got any more musical influences?
Oh.
Alice in Chains.
Fucking.
And then Alice in Chains and Alice in Chains.
No, I also rap a lot. And I like fucking I like Youngboy, Never Broke Again, a lot. Like, he's a bad motherfucker. And, G-Mo Ski, bro. That's my favorite rapper ever, G-Mo Ski. Look G-Mo Ski up, listen to his ass.
He's a badass.
Filth. But, they're big idols to me when it comes to, like, rapping and shit.
I can do some raps myself. With my poetry.
I'm not shit for a rapper, man. He'll be putting on a beat and he'll talk about Andy freestyle. I'm like, man, I just can't even think of nothing. Like, it's just not there. But then when I get on those drums, it's a whole different story.
I gotta share. I think I may have shared you one of my diss poetries before.
I don't remember if you have or not. If you
I'll
have, I don't remember.
I'll share it like once this is over. But yeah, I think you would like some of my poetry I write. And I think I got some poems that'd be great for y'all. Like if y'all need like an extra singer.
Hell yeah.
Right.
Cool.
We're always looking for somebody.
But with my musical influences, really, like he said, being musically inclined from a young age, I was too. My mom used to set up pots and pans for me all the time. And that's the thing.
Same shit.
Like, I'm good with the drums and I can play really well. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm the best drummer in the world, obviously not, but I can play pretty decent. But there's really nothing else that I can play other than drums. And it's funny because, like I said, my mom used to put those pots and pans out, and like everybody knew I was a drummer, and that was it. Like that was just it. Drumming actually there's a lot of drumming in my family. My dad and my grandfather both are drummers, and my dad's the one that gave me my first set back when we were talking. We're estranged now, but when I was growing up, he wasn't in my life a whole lot. And actually at all. And my mom has this family friend named Joe, who I think of like my second dad. Like that's the dude that basically raised me and taught me right from wrong and things like that. And he was very, very heavily influenced on metal, just straight metal. Like I grew up on fucking Crossfade, Drowning Pool, Rob Zombie, anything that was just power riff metal, bro. And that's what I grew up to be for a long time. I was just strictly, strictly into metal. I didn't listen to anything else, man, from the time I was 10, 11 years old until about 18, 19.
Dude, when I was 10 or 11, it was Kesha in the car. What was that song?
Which there's all kinds of
No, the real good one.
G6?
Nah, Kesha.
Yeah, Kesha. She does that song G6, Fly Like a G6.
Nah, it's a better one.
Well, I don't know. But throughout high school and middle school, it was just nothing but metal. As I got older, I found other metal bands that I liked, and one of my all-time favorite bands is Slipknot. They're the best metal band in the industry, in my opinion. They're all great, talented musicians, even the new guys. They've been doing this shit for, 30, 40 fucking years, something like that, and they're still just as good, man.
Yeah.
Like, Slipknot was the band that basically saved me, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has that artist or that musician that saved them and spoke to them, and for me, it was Slipknot. And then as I got older, like in high school, I got into really, really hardcore death metal, like Motionless in White, Lamb of God, who else? Volumes, Whitechapel, Gore, like all kinds of like just really fucking screaming in your fucking ears metal. That's probably why I'm deaf. But I don't know what it was, man. That was just what spoke to me, and I didn't like even at that time, I didn't like rap at all. Like I was completely against rap. And then when I turned 18, 19, for the first time in my life, found Eminem. And that motherfucker put me on to a lot of rap. Yeah. And I listened to him, his whole label, people that he signed, like he signed Yellow Wolf, and I don't think he signed Ritz. I think Tech Nine signed Ritz, but Ritz is another good favorite rapper of mine. If you've not heard of Ritz or Yellow Wolf and you like rap, check them out. They're definitely worth it. He said, nah, man, I'm telling you, Yellow Wolf especially, he's a really good lyricist. Yeah. And I also like Yellow Wolf because he came from the slums of Alabama. Like, he knows what it's like to be, like, he calls himself Slamerican in white trash trailer, or white trailer trash. You know what I was trying to say.
Trailer Park Trash.
Trailer Park Trash.
Yeah.
But
Project Trash.
yeah, and he knows what it's like to be down on that poverty level, and that's where I came from. That's where Bryce came from. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just cool to see artists like that that can understand and relate to what you've been through or going through or whatever. But as I got older, I got more into rap, and then just recently, in the last like year or two, I've broadened my genre to other stuff. Like, I really love Melanie Martinez. She's a great fucking singer. She's beautiful. Like, I like her a lot. I like some country now. I like a lot of older country, though. I don't like a lot of the newer country. I like old stuff, like, you know, Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings, Hank Williams, stuff like that.
Got you into that one band, Crumb?
Yeah, he got me into a band called Crumb. They're really good. Like, just in the last year or two, my music genre is just broadened big time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, mine's definitely, like, expanded, like, since we've known each other. Because even back then, myself, I was really into, like, rock.
Yeah.
Mainly, you know, like, hell, when I was 5 years old, you know, I got two older sisters. They're listening to, like, the latest Disturbed, Evanescence, Linkin Park, even Limp Bizkit when they were relevant. Like, you know.
Hey, they're still relevant.
No,
Dad Vibes. Dad Vibes is a good song.
I don't know.
Or I Did It for the Nookie. I Did It for the Nookie. I love that song, dude.
I always kind of love Rollin', Rollin', Rollin'.
Oh, yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Keep on rolling.
But yeah, it's like now, like, I can listen to, like, more rap, and I even met a country artist.
Hell yeah.
My first day of caregiving, Warner Mac.
Hell yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember you posting about that on Facebook.
Yeah, like, he was, that first day was cool, because that first day of caregiving, I had no clue what I was doing caregiving.
Right.
But, like, that day, some guy was coming down to interview him for a radio segment that's syndicated in Florida. So I got to hear this interview before it even airs, and I'm like, man, this is cool. You know, this is a guy that's been around Johnny Cash and Hank Williams, and then towards the end, he's like, I like to thank my caregiver today, Matt. He's done a great job. It's his first day.
Oh,
and he's in Nashville a lot. You should check him out in Nashville. He does storytelling,
that's cool.
Comedy, so.
Oh, yeah. But it's just cool to see how once you get older, you can be into more stuff, more music.
Yeah.
Man, this motherfucker has to remind me all the time. We be playing, and I'm like, hey, let's do some metal, man. And he's like, no, we're not doing that, man. We've had enough metal in our lives. And I'm like, all right, fine. That's what started, really, this whole genre that we've got going on.
Yeah.
We just wanted to do something different that wasn't metal, that wasn't the stereotype of how we look.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, that's another thing. When we get on stage, people are going to be like, oh, this is, you know, especially, like, if you advertise
it. And then you introduce the name, too. Like,
right.
Opiate, oh, shit.
If you advertise it for, like, you know, just a regular up-and-coming band, a lot of people that aren't into metal are going to come, you know what I'm saying? There's going to be all kinds of broad different people. And then when we get on stage and they see our look and the name of our band, these people are going to be like, oh, I don't want to be here. This music's about to be, you know what I'm saying? And then when we come out and we play our shit and they're all like, whoa.
Oh, that was actually really good.
Like, that's just going to be really cool, man. You know what I'm saying?
You missed it, man, on that show.
I know, dude.
This motherfucker missed our first show.
I know it. Like I said, I was trying to be a nice person and take my girl out to dinner for her birthday.
My cousin.
Yeah, his cousin.
So in my mind, I was like, fuck that bitch. I know her. I know her.
He was like, how you gonna choose your girl over the band? I was like, well, that's my girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? He's like, I don't care, that's my cousin, fuck her.
And speaking of, well, before we get into that, can y'all guess my favorite rapper?
Your favorite rapper?
Oh, Kendrick Lamar.
Not Eminem. Not Eminem.
You gotta give us a hint here. Is he like...
Begins with he's a black artist.
Is he like in gangster rap, or...
Wait.
He was?
He was a black artist.
Oh, so he's either no longer black, or he's no longer an artist.
Well, he's no longer an artist.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go with the old school. I'm gonna pick three here. I'm gonna say either Dr. Dre, Tupac, or Biggie. None of the three.
Or like, if it's not one of the main ones, and it's old school, it's probably like C Murder, Soulja Slim.
DMX.
DMX. Okay.
I get down with DMX.
Okay, I see you.
The Rough Rider.
Rough Riders.
Stop.
Oh,
Roll up, open up shop.
whoa. That's how Rough Riders
That's the
roll.
one rapper that I can just do. Like, I can do karaoke
Yeah.
off of DMX, and I've done it.
Yeah, I was sad to hear that he passed away,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, last year, like a couple days after my birthday, like, I was like, damn, this is, like, that was a dark day.
Yeah. I felt the same way when Joey Jordison died, man. That was
Oh,
my influence,
yeah.
dude. He is the reason I became a drummer.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Like, just listening. Man, when I used to listen to Slipknot when I was younger and was getting into the drums, I wouldn't even really listen to the music or the lyrics or anything. I would just focus on Joey.
Yeah.
Because he's the most phenomenal drummer I've ever seen in my life. The only person, honestly, as far as drumming goes, that I feel like could stand up to Joey Jordison might be Danny Carey from Tool. That's just because Danny Carey is very intricate and has made his own grooves and fills just like Joey did.
And I got to see him 2 years ago, 2020. I saw Tool right before, like, everything got shut down.
Hell yeah.
And that was, like, one of the best.
Last concert I went to was the one I went to with you and Josh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
we were, I was about to get into that, like concert stories.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that Disturbed 3 days.
Okay, I got something. What's your worst concert experience? Just the absolute worst.
Fucking A Perfect Circle.
Really?
I went and seen them, and it was great. It was the best show I've ever been to, but they did not play Judas.
Just because of that was
Dude,
the worst
concert ever. Dude, I left
Hell
pissed.
no.
I left pissed. Me and my girl was like, what in the fuck? Like, they didn't play Judas. What's going on? The crowd was screaming. Everybody was like, Judas, Judas. And they just closed the lights off and left.
Damn.
I was like,
Wouldn't have been some shit though. They shut the lights off, fucking left, then came back on stage and played it.
no, that would piss me off.
That would piss you off.
They probably done that, because I remember, so,
Sure.
this was a bad-ass show I went to, but I'd probably have to say it was my least favorite, and I hate to say it, because they're, like, my favorite band. It was Avenged Sevenfold with Breaking Benjamin
Man.
and 3 Days Grace.
Oh, dude.
But here's my reasons why. So when I got there, like, this is when it was, like, snowing, and I've never driven in the snow, so made it to Nashville safe. Well, when I got to the parking lot, I don't know how this happened, but my front tires went over, like, one of those concrete blocks in the parking spots.
Yeah.
So I had to call a tow truck and get my front tires, like, out of there, because my car was stuck. I was like, I can't leave my car like this.
Right.
And it's, 20-some degrees. It's snowing. I'm like, oh, God. Like, I got to be out here. I'm going to be waiting in that long-ass line,
Right.
But then, all right, so my car gets untowed, so I had to find a different parking spot. But it sucked because, like, I went by myself. And I was like, this is one of the first concerts I've ever been to. Right. And I was going by myself. I'm like, man, this would have been so much fun. Well, there was one person that was there that I knew, but we were, like, in different sections.
I got you.
Yeah, so it was like...
Kind of like how it was at the Stir concert. Me and you were in that one section, and Josh was in a different section.
Yeah, it was like...
Yeah, that was weird.
I'm like, damn, I'm by myself. But, other than that, I mean, it was a good show. It was just like, I wish I didn't go by myself. And the fact that my car was, like, stuck. That was, like, probably my worst experience at a concert. But I did get to see Lizzie Hale from Hailstorm. Her and M. Shadows, they did a cover of Pink Floyd's Wish You Were Here, which was nice.
Oh, yeah. I think my worst experience, I'm having a hard time deciding. There's fucking two that were awful. One of them, I was in a fucking mosh pit, and I was dating this girl at the time. She went with me, and she was in the mosh pit, too, and I turned around, and I fucking hit we're all going at it, we're all moshing. I hit her straight in the fucking nose.
Oh.
Broke her nose.
Oh.
She's fucking gushing blood everywhere. I didn't notice it at first, and I just continued moshing, bro.
Man.
And then at the end, I'm like, oh my God, what happened to you? She was like, you motherfucker! I was like, what do you mean me? And she's like, you punched me in the nose! Oh my God. But I think actually the worst one, I didn't even get to go to, man. I spent $750 fucking dollars for 4 fucking passes to the Blue Ridge Rock Festival last year.
Oh.
Where fucking all kinds of dope ass bands were
I was
playing.
supposed to go.
Yeah,
I remember.
Yeah.
I was so pissed.
You didn't get a refund?
No, dude.
What the fuck?
So okay, I ordered the tickets, right? And everything was set to go. I had people that were going. Then those people bailed on me, so I had to find new people. And
I think you were asking me.
I asked you, I asked Bryce, and then I asked somebody else. And Bryce Jansen, that's right, it was Jansen. And they were gonna, him and Jansen were gonna come up with the money for their part so they could go. And I was like, okay, cool.
Buying tickets from this motherfucker, he should have just took us for free with his dad.
But the show wasn't very far. It was only like 4 or 5 hours away in Danville, Virginia. And it got closer and closer to the show, and my car broke down.
Oh.
And so I didn't have a ride to get up there. So I'm sitting there like, okay, you know, it's getting closer to the show. I don't have a car. I don't think I'm going to get it fixed in time, so I'm going to try to sell these tickets.
Yeah.
Nobody would buy them. I contact the support team for, what was the venue? Shit. I can't remember the name of the venue that put the show on that year, but I contacted support to them and was like, hey, I bought these tickets. I need a refund. We're not doing refunds. Unless they said, we're not doing refunds, but you could sell your tickets on this certain website. But you have to sell on this certain website before this date.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, okay, whatever. So go to put them on that website. Nobody's biting. Nobody's wanting them because it's just really, it's like not even a month till the concert.
Right.
So nobody's wanting these fucking 4 tickets for, I don't even remember what I put them on there for, maybe like 400 at that time.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I just want something back for it.
Yeah.
But nobody was biting. And then we were going to get to go again, and then something else happened. I can't remember what now. But I tried to contact them again, be like, you know, I'm not getting nothing, blah, blah, blah. They had already sent out my tickets, but they never arrived to me. They never came to my address. They, the third party, E-Tix was the third party that sold tickets for the venue, and E-Tix had some kind of fucking issue on their end, and they didn't send out like hundreds and hundreds of people's tickets.
Yeah.
So I couldn't sell them, couldn't get the refund, and then because those tickets didn't get sent out, they got delivered to a post office box in Virginia.
Oh, my God.
So if I wanted to attend the concert, I had to go to Virginia, go to that post office, get the tickets. I didn't have a car. So tickets just went to shit.
God.
Didn't get to go to the concert, didn't get to use them. Like, it was fucking awful, man. And I really wanted to go.
Yeah.
Really bad. But that's just...
Who was there for that concert?
Shit. Breaking Benjamin, Chevelle, Lamb of God. There were a bunch of different, like, heavy metal bands on there, too, but a lot of alternative shit, too. But, yeah, it sucked. It pissed me off. This year's Blue Ridge Rock Fest is even better, man. Slipknot's going.
Yeah.
They've got a fucking bunch of rappers going, like Tech Nine. I think 3 6 Mafia is going to be there. Ice Cube. There's another fucking old school rapper that's going to be there. I can't remember now. But I know Tech Nine's going to be there for sure because him and Corey did some collaborations together.
Fuck yeah.
Like that song, Bitch Slap?
Yeah.
Love it. It's a good ass song, bro.
What's the best concert?
Best concert I ever went to.
I gotta say for me, Tool, but
I think the best concert I ever went to was Issues and A Day to Remember. And there was some other third-party band there. I didn't really care for A Day to Remember. I didn't really like them that much.
Yeah.
But Issues, man, they put on a great show that night. It was fantastic, dude. And I met all kinds of cool people that night. But I think that show was actually in North Carolina when I lived out there. But that was a pretty cool show. What was your best concert?
The Woods in Kentucky. Fucking, it was like these weird-ass people. I'd honestly say they were a cult. They were super weird. But there were a bunch of, like, solo, like, guitar artists and stuff out there, so, and it was, like, real, like, you know, we're all just around, like, a huge campfire, and, like, there was a little stage and shit, so it was, like, you got to meet everybody that played and, like, mingle with them and hang out afterwards, so that was real cool, and, that's kind of what got me into, like, the folk scene, really, like, when I went to that little concert and was fucking around the little hippie concert.
Yeah.
So, probably the best concert I've ever been to. Not to mention all of the MDMA. That was just there for free everywhere.
Fuck yeah.
The shit.
Other than Tool, because I don't think because I went with my buddy Cole, aka Scumbag, the guy I had on the first episode. I went to Tool with him, and he's been to like 300 some concerts, and he said,
Damn.
well, you gotta think he's like twice our age.
Gotcha.
But he said, man, I don't think there's gonna be anything that top Tool.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sure Tool Live is cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, I wasn't even, like, fucked up on anything, but I felt fucked up, you know? It was like...
They did a show not too long ago, like a month or two ago.
Yeah,
and fucking James Maynard, he fucking took a giant-ass dildo and replaced Danny Carey's gong mallet with the dildo. So fucking Danny's sitting there playing, you know, he's getting it and whatnot, and he goes to reach back to get his gong mallet, and he's just got this fat-ass dildo in his hand. He's like, fuck it, and just smacks the gong with it. So fucking funny, man. They do all kinds of fucking crazy shit on stage. Fucking Maynard, he'll sit there and play puzzles and shit like Jenga while they're doing their instruments and stuff like that.
Maynard, like, we didn't see him the whole show. Really? He was just like...
behind the motherfucker.
Yeah, he was behind,
He
like...
did it for A Perfect Circle, too.
Yeah.
He was behind this big sheet with a light that made him this big-ass shadow. He was back there
That's cool, though.
Yeah.
being weird.
That's cool as hell.
That was dope. He's just such a recluse.
Yeah.
Right.
But other than Tool, that Disturbed 3 Days Grace show was
That was good. That was a good
It's
show.
either that or...
I can't lie, though.
Yeah.
3 Days Grace sucked. But it's only because they don't have their original singer
Right,
anymore, man.
Yeah, the original singer would have been...
I can't get into them anymore because he's not there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's got a new band now called Saint Asonia, and they're pretty good. But it's just 3 Days Grace ain't the same anymore.
Yeah.
When they were trying to play all those classics, like, yeah, I was singing along and I was getting to it, but it just wasn't the same.
Yeah, I agree. It would have been better with Adam.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, shit.
It was still cool.
Right.
But the way that dude was trying to get everybody to mosh and nobody
And then they started playing, like, Cage the Elephant, I think.
Yeah. They got a really strict no moshing rule at Bridgestone. Like, you cannot mosh for anything. Even if there's a death metal band and they're like, open this fucking pit, you can't do it. You will get thrown out.
I was moshing out to...
How are they going to throw out 100 people running into the
I'm telling you, I'm sure they got enough security, or they'll just get the cops down there. And they'll just cancel the whole show. They'll tell the musicians not to perform. They'll just come and fucking cancel the show. They're dicks.
I got the mosh out at Alter Bridge, and that was a week after Tool.
Oh, yeah.
And Alter Bridge was badass. They were like, you know, that
Yeah, I
song.
think you invited me to that one.
Yeah, I went with one of my friends that was in Kentucky, and that was a fun time.
I think it's safe to say that we've all got a little musical inclination in all of us.
Oh.
We're all really into music.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of music,
You wanna
play?
You want to play?
You wanna play?
Yeah, this is gonna be in the extras, but before we put that in the extras, where can we find y'all on social media, like the band?
Well, right now, the
Nowhere.
only social media that our band has is a TikTok that doesn't have much on it at all.
A TikTok.
Yeah, I started it. I had a TikTok of my own, but I deleted it, and then I started one for the band. We posted 2 or 3 crappy videos on there, but that's about it. We don't really have a social media page at the moment. We're still working on it.
Okay. Well, I'll be sure to plug it whenever y'all get that figured out.
Right now, like I said, I'm in between jobs and trying to get some money saved up for all this. It's just taking us a little bit of time, but we're gonna get there. Like we have a whole album writ out, and then we have a second one that's at least halfway completed, maybe quarter of a way completed.
Yeah.
Something like that. But once
Your second album I like more.
Yeah. Once we get the money to actually like get it produced or put on a CD or something, you know, we can start getting our name out there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We really need to find somebody who's like tech savvy, who can like be like, look, this is what you need to buy.
If anybody watches this is tech savvy and knows good shit about computers and social media and all that good stuff. We could use you. We are recruiting.
We will pay you.
We want you.
What do you want to be paid with?
We could pay you with cash.
Anything.
We could pay you with lint. No, for real though. We really do need to find somebody like that because it would help us a lot. Because what we're trying to focus on writing stuff and figuring stuff out, practicing and stuff. We don't really have a whole lot.
He say that, but I'm the one who writes all the shit.
Okay, he writes all the shit, but I mean I gotta come up
with the drums.
With the drums.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. I'm not saying that you don't work.
No, I know what you're saying. And I have contributed to two songs.
A couple songs, yeah. But like, man.
My lyricism isn't as good as his. Yeah. It's just not.
I sit in this motherfucker like for nights sometime writing the song.
I just sit up all night, just sitting in the same spot, writing music. Alright, he'll call me the next morning and be like, hey man.
So much shit away.
Yeah.
Still like, I don't like this.
He'll call me the next morning and be like, hey man, I got a new song, let's try it. I'll come over here, listen to it one round through, and then I'll just go ahead and try to make a beat to it. Like I said, we've wrote quite a few. We have our first album's got 10 or 11 songs on it, and then we wrote 2 or 3 to the second one. The first one is kind of like about a lost love type of deal. The album's going to be called Her. A lot of the songs have to do with experiences that me and him have had with relationships and hard relationships where we've been really in love with somebody and it all went to shit or whatever the case may be. Then the second album is, I don't think we have a name for it yet.
No, but it's alright. It's pretty good. I don't know what it's about. It's
really going to mainly be about our recovery, us coming off drugs, and trying to stay clean for our music. It's a hard road, man, people out here that...
Don't do drugs.
Don't. But people out here that say, if you don't want that lifestyle, just quit. It's not that easy. Once you get into a place where you feel like you need those drugs to feel better, then after that, you feel like you need them every time to feel better. And it's just a hard cycle. But, if you've got the strength, you can push out of it. But that whole addiction is a disease thing, I don't agree with that.
No, bullshit. Okay, so I was chemically dependent on a substance. I consider that a disease.
When it becomes to that, no, what I'm saying is, when it comes to that point, yes. When you're chemically dependent on a substance
in order to get through. I get so sick that I can't breathe the air.
I understand where you're coming from there, and yes, I can consider that like a disease.
You can ever imagine.
But what I'm saying is, if you're just sitting there recreationally doing hardcore drugs, you chose to pick up those drugs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You chose to do that. You chose to, knowing the consequences and risks. Like, I chose to do ice, knowing the consequences and risks that would come of it. And I still did it. Nothing stopped me. I did it for months. I was on the shit really bad. My teeth are rotting from it and stuff like that. But I was able to kick it, mainly for my son, but because I also want to continue music, and I don't want to go down a dark road where I'm strung out on drugs and can't even perform,
Yeah.
We just don't want it to get that bad, and we've helped each other a lot with the recovery thing, and just being here for each other and hanging out. See, we don't always just play music. A lot of times we just kick it, we paint, and play video games.
Right.
I've done a couple pieces in here.
Nice.
The one that I'm most proud of is right there. That's Sunflower. I'm really proud of that one. Yeah, it's basically like we're brothers, really. We get on each other's nerves. We argue.
More him getting on my nerves than anything.
Pretty much. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, I know he still loves me, and I love him too. No, he's an ass.
I'm a classic asshole. I don't put it with nobody's bullshit about nothing.
He has no filter. He's very blunt. He doesn't care if it hurts your feelings. He doesn't care how it makes you feel. And that's just him. That's just how it is. And you just got to learn to deal with it. If you want to be in his life, you want to be his friend, you want a relationship with him, you just got to learn to deal with it.
I'm sorry.
That's just how it is. A lot of his family's like that. Leah, his cousin, the girl I'm dating, she's like that a lot. But that's just how...
Better watch out, she might see this podcast.
Oh, she already knows. That's just how they were raised, though, you know what I'm saying? Like, they were raised with tough love. Like,
yeah, because we were raised in the projects.
Yeah.
It was like, if you wasn't a hard little motherfucker,
you were getting your
you were
ass
getting your
beat.
ass beat. So it was like,
They had to, you know what I mean?
yeah.
They didn't have a choice but to if they wanted to
Your
survive.
parents
and defend
whooped your ass.
themselves.
Your homeboys whooped your ass. Your homeboys' older uncles and cousins and all them motherfuckers whooped your ass. It's just like that. It's just how it was. Especially because you was white. We were white kids in a black neighborhood. It was just like that. You know what I'm saying? No racist shit. I'm not racist at all. But like, we was white kids in a black neighborhood. So when the way we grew up was tough. It was like, you had to be a hard motherfucker. You just had to. So we keep that in us, that hardness.
See, like me and Matt didn't have to really go through stuff like that.
Yeah.
More so him, because he had a good family, you know, parents that cared about him. They did well for themselves, were able to do well for him. I experienced that a little bit more. You know, I lived in some bad parts in North Carolina, ran around bad people, had to defend myself. But I mean, I'm still not like what he is on that level of hardness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm doing no air quotations.
no, I mean, I'm just using the air quotations, like, because I don't know what other word to use, really. But, like, he had to be hard growing up. You know, we didn't really have to because we weren't really fighting for our lives. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was fighting, but I wasn't fighting for my life.
Yeah.
I was just fighting in a different way. Like, we were really poor and on the poverty level, and I basically had to raise myself for a long time, and then when I became a teenager, a lot of stuff went down in my family, and I had to, at 15 years old, man up and learn how to do everything on my own, and then I got kicked out at 17, so I had to grow up, you know what I'm saying, and face this world, and it's not easy at all. It's really not. I don't care who you are, man. You could be the hardest motherfucker in the world.
Yeah, the world is hard. I know
and
that.
It's still gonna get you, bro.
I know that much.
Well, I think the quote, famous quote, bad times don't last, the bad guys do. So, yeah, guys, I'm glad y'all are on this episode today.
Hell yeah.
I'm hoping the camera doesn't die.
Hopefully it has not.
No, but if it hasn't,
Green light's still on.
yeah. Thank you all for watching.
Appreciate you guys.
And I'll be sure to plug y'all whenever y'all get your social media out.
For
and
sure. For sure.
The first album y'all coming out, when it comes out, Her,
Mhm.
I'll be sure to plug that.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure, bro. Appreciate it.
And I got y'all's back, for sure. I can hook you up with some open mics, some gigs.
Hell yeah, dude.
You know,
That'd be
The only
cool.
thing we lack right now is amplifiers.
Yeah, that is one thing. We have
Don't
okay
have
amplifiers,
stage amps. Yeah.
but we don't have stage amps. Like, if it were more
Right.
than 100 people, yeah, our amps aren't the best quality.
Yeah.
But we're getting there, slowly but surely. We just wanted to kind of do this and get our name out there to everybody watching, you know, if they want to help support in any way, if there's anybody that wants to be. We are also possibly looking for other musicians. So
Yeah, to join us.
if there's any
Come
guitar
join us.
players, bass players, piano players, whatever, you know, we're looking for some people. So.
got a backup singer right here. So.
Hell yeah, bro, for sure. Yeah, man, just we're hoping that we can use this to get our name out there and just become something. Like, that's all we really want to do. We don't want it for the money. We don't want it for the fame. We want it because we love playing music. That's our goal in life. It's just play music. If we make money from it and become famous, okay, cool. But that's not really our end game here.
Right. The fact of doing it.
We love it. We love doing it. It's our passion, and we want people to hear our music.
If I never become rich, if I never become famous,
That's fine.
I
as
would
long
do
as you're
open
playing
mics for my whole fucking life.
Mhm.
I don't give a fuck.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Because that's just it. We just love playing. We want to, you know, get people into our music. If there's somebody out there, in my personal opinion, to me, if there's somebody out there that I can help with our music, who's going through a hard time, suicide, you know, down on their luck, having a hard time.
The latest song I wrote is about suicide.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, I think.
We just want to try to get our music out there and help people. I'm always down to help people. been there, done that, got the T-shirt, been homeless, been suicidal. I don't want people to feel like that, man.
Yeah.
It sucks, and music is a great way to help people cope through that type of stuff.
For sure.
Well.
Yeah. Before I close this off, what's the name of y'all's band? I don't think I've asked that yet.
Opiate.
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 We're called Opiate because when we met, I was really strung out on fentanyl. So, you know, opiates, they like are the worst of the worst. Our band sucks.
I wasn't strung out on it, but
Opiate.
I was doing it too, and we had that kind of connection, you know what I'm saying? To where we've been strung out on, I've been strung out on other stuff, just, but we had that connection where we've been through that, we've
Never do drugs.
never,
The withdrawals from opioid addiction is the worst thing you'll ever experience in your fucking life.
in your life, dude,
Ever.
and that's no bullshit, it sucks.
You will sell
So
your
bad.
you will sell your mama.
Mhm. You'll rob your best fucking friend, man.
It does not matter.
It doesn't.
Does
You'll
not
take
matter.
fucking money out of a kid's piggy bank if it
Don't
means
matter.
that you can get your fix,
You
bro.
sell all your shit, all of it gone.
It makes you a horrible person. It just,
Terrible. It don't make you a horrible person. It makes you horribly sick. So sick that you would do anything to not feel that way.
Yeah.
So it's like, don't do drugs.
That's what I was trying to say.
Simply, do not do drugs.
It's not good, man. It's not a good road to go down at all. You lose a lot of people. You lose a lot of shit. Like, to be honest, I'm in a not so good situation, and it's because of my own choices of, you know, I'd rather get fucked up on drugs than do my responsibilities. It's just, it's not fun at all. It's hard. All I can say is, don't do it. If you are doing it, get help, get clean.
Amen to that, man. I got y'all's back as friends. I just met you today, but I can tell we're gonna get along great.
For sure.
You know, I've always had your back.
Absolutely, man.
You've had mine too.
Like I said, man, you were my longest friend.
Yeah.
You know, we've known each other for fucking shit. 7th grade, I was fucking 12. So we've known each other
Like
for
13 years.
Mhm. So that's not a friendship I'm gonna give away, man.
Right, man.
At all. We'll be friends until the day we die. Let's
Yeah,
play
yeah.
some music, man.
All right, guys.
I hope you guys enjoy it. This is a little taste of our band, Opiate. Let's do it.
Matt Austin signing off.
Signing off.
Sign it off.